وسهلا بكل الذين ينضموا للاستماع إلى راديو بلدي، أول راديو عربي أمريكي ويعنى بقضايا العرب في المهجر. برامجنا في راديو بلدي كل يوم جمعة من 8 وحتى 9 صباحا مع ليلى الحسيني في بث حي ومباشر وعبر WNZK راديو 690 AM. صباح الخير بلدي، صباح الخير لكل مستمعينا.
Welcome to Radio Baladi, the first Arab, Middle Eastern and American simulcast radio show. Radio Baladi is broadcast every Friday morning on WNZK 690 AM from 8 until 9 Eastern Time on Good Morning Michigan with Layla Al-Husseini. Our call-in number 248-557-3300. And now, stay tuned for the best radio talk show on Arab and American issues with your host, Layla Al-Husseini.
Good morning and thank you for being with us. This is the Local Connections from US Arab Radio. My name is Khalil Hachem, editor of wnzk.com, a digital business magazine in the Middle Eastern American communities in Michigan. This show is brought to you in cooperation between US Arab Radio and wnzk.com. The number here is 248-557-3300. Give us a call should you have a question or a comment in Arabic or in English. Again, the number here is 248-557-3300. We welcome your participation. There's a lot in the news this week and this morning. We're going to start by paying a tribute to the victims of the Sri Lanka bombing. Something is terribly, terribly wrong. You know, we remember the attack on the synagogue in Pennsylvania, then came the attack on several churches in the South, and then the attack on the mosque in New Zealand, and now we have the attack on the church in Sri Lanka, and the massive, one of the worst crimes in history. Really, it's terrible. I mean, if you want to go to a church and not feel, or a mosque, or a synagogue, or a place of worship, regardless of what it is, you gotta feel safe. You know, you gotta feel serenity there. And how could you not feel it if you are not, you know, and you have to face something like that or fear something like that? Extremists are every country and every kind. We present our condolences to the families, and we pray for those who are suffering right now from that tragedy. In the news as well is the measles outbreak. You know, this has become a challenge for healthcare and for various communities, you know, healthcare providers, that is, and then healthcare and the various communities in the United States, where more than 600 cases sweeping throughout the United States, and you know, we thought this issue is gone, the measles is gone, and now it's making a comeback. And the reasons here is we really don't know. I mean, we have a lot of people who, or some people rather, who say they don't want to be vaccinated because of religious reasons, and they don't want to be vaccinated because they fear that you know, their children, because they fear that it would lead to autism. They don't want, you know, well, all of these things are really not founded. Measles vaccines has been working throughout the ages, and kids need to be vaccinated. And now we see one person walks into an area who is infected just by walking into an area, believe it or not. If you haven't been vaccinated, you're going to get it. You know, the measles, you could die from it, okay? And it's not pleasant. Even if you survive, it's not pleasant. So this is an issue that needs to be really dealt with. And it's a bigger issue in schools, you know. We send our kids to schools to learn. We don't want them to come back sick. And again, this issue, the measles, is a horrible, horrible disease, very infectious. The virus lingers behind the person. I think we had an individual come in from New York. He visited certain areas in New York. Every place he visited, okay, he left a trail of that virus and infected people. Came to Michigan, visited certain bakeries here, visited certain schools or certain areas rather, and the guy didn't even know. So, and he didn't do it on purpose. He didn't know he was infected. So the best thing to do is really make sure that your children are vaccinated. Later on in the show, we're going to have Dr. Suwan, Nasreen Suwan, is going to tell us, if the vaccine is 90% to 70% good, do we need to be vaccinated again? How can we protect our children? So she's going to be with us later on in the show to talk about that. The issue of whether this is a religious issue or not, and I have utmost respect for all religions, no matter, what religion it is. I strongly doubt that any religion in the right mind would want to prevent people from, becoming vaccinated. This is not just saving yourself, it's saving humanity as well. So it's just, it's just amazing. And this is a very hot discussions with some people, specifically in the conservative in the conservative area, in the conservative communities, and some those who feel very strongly about, and that's in all religions. We're not targeting one religion or two, and it's really difficult to understand that in this day and age, with all the advances we have, with all the information we have, we still have people who live in the dark ages. Just amazing. And it's not only the measles. There are other, issues, medical issues, and viruses and vaccines that people turn down, And I mean, I take the flu vaccine every year, and you have no idea how many people tell me, no, I would never put that on my body. Well, you're going to get sick. You may even die from the flu. A lot of people die. Hundreds of thousands of people die every year from the flu. What's wrong with protecting yourself, even at 60%, even at 70%? So protecting yourself is very important. And, it's very good to do that. It's very important to do that. And I urge you to make sure that your children are vaccinated. Not long ago, we talked about something similar to polio. There was some kind of symptoms going on, and the medical community is still dealing with that. And it's similar to polio. And we did really think that we eradicated that, but we really didn't. So we need to make sure that that's taken care of. The other issue we're going to be talking about is today, we're a few weeks from the beginning of Ramadan, and we're so excited about that. I don't know about you. I always, it's not comfortable to fast, but it wasn't meant to be comfortable. It wasn't meant to be a little bit of, uncomfort there, but I'm so excited about that. And I just wanted to invite to the show a dear friend, Hajj Wissam Bazzi, and to talk about how do we prepare spiritually? How do we talk to our children? What's the best way to really embark on the month of Ramadan? Good morning, Wissam.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you so much for being with us.
It's an honor. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you so much. And again, we're talking about the beginning. We're going to be embarking on Ramadan very soon. And, celebration in this community is wonderful, and in other communities as well, but I feel it more in Michigan here because of the Muslim community. What is Ramadan? First, tell us a little bit about you and what you do, and you're very active in the community when it comes to being a public speaker.
Well, again, just thank you for having me on the show. I'm honored. For me, what I do is I pretty much go around the country, national and international. I spread morals, values, doesn't matter what skin color, what race, doesn't matter who you are. I've been in conferences with Les Brown, David Goggins, Jarek Robbins. These are some of the top motivational speakers in the world. I've been on TEDx. I also have a media company by the name of Pixie Motion. So we're very active on multiple levels. We've had some Ramadan campaigns that ran before, like 3-4 years, have aired in 4 or 5 states. We've had media coverage. We've also had one of the NFL players, Hussein Abdullah, who was in one of the shows. So I love what I do. I'm very passionate about what I do because at the end of the day, all you can do is give someone a thought so they can look through it, and it creates a certain sense of awareness. and that awareness can change their life or the decisions that they make, and kind of that's really how you impact others. So that's what I do overall.
Great. You were born in Michigan, is that correct?
No, I was actually born in Lebanon. I came here when I was about 10 years of age, and that kind of taught me a lot. You know, it was a cultural shock, but it's amazing transition.
Absolutely. Let's start by, what does Ramadan mean to you?
To me, Ramadan is just understanding challenge and life. I think overall, once you understand that a challenge cannot exist without rejection, you will start understanding what building mental muscle really is, and what you need to do to kind of delay gratification, which gets you to a point of understanding of why you are really essentially human. And we were meant to take on challenges, Khalil, in terms of these kinds of things and what we do. Yeah. And I'll put it in a beautiful way of a study that was done. And the study was the marshmallow study, which kind of put 4-year-old kids, and they gave them some marshmallows, and they held them in a room for about 15 minutes. So they gave them the marshmallow, and they put it in front of them, and they actually filmed them from a one-way screen, which they couldn't see. And the instructor would actually leave them alone, and anytime they can ring a bell and say, come back in, or they eat the marshmallow, or so they can delay the gratification. The test was to delay the gratification. They can eat the marshmallow now, or they can wait and have 2 marshmallows later. And what they found through this study was it's amazing, and they can actually predict now your GPA within 90% accuracy for that child. That delay of gratification gave so much mental strength, and what they found out that they had to go against urges. So an urge at the end of the day is something that you're going to have to battle, and these urges can become habits that can be entrenched into your personalities and can actually become sub-personalities. And when that happens, it's very difficult to eradicate these because you wire your brain into existence in terms of what you're doing. So ultimately, Ramadan is to help build those mental breaks in terms of any bad decision, like your eyes fast, your nose fast in terms of the smells, your stomach fast, your heart fast. So you're supposed to be kind, you're supposed to be gracious, you're supposed to be giving, supposed to be tolerant, hold your anger back. All urges really come into play, and Ramadan allows you to strengthen your repertoire when you are facing, let's say, anger, or when you are facing lack of tolerance, or when you are facing prejudice, or when you're facing these things. You have kind of the space between the stimulus and the response to give yourself that mental strength to say no to certain things and avoid, and then to approach the right things and move forward. So that's what kind of Ramadan means to me.
Sounds good. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a short, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back, continue with Hajj Wissam talking about Ramadan. Please stay tuned.
If halal is important to your family, you can trust that Miramar will offer not only the highest quality halal products, but the best tasting and healthiest foods that can be placed on your family table with confidence. Miramar is the first and oldest halal certified food brand in America, serving the Arab and Muslim community, and offers a wide range of halal food products. Check out Miramar's halal food selection today by visiting Miramar's executive distributor, Ziyad Brothers Importing, at www.ziyad.com.
When it comes to reproductive medicine, IVF Michigan Fertility Centers are the recognized leaders. With locations in Bloomfield Hills and 5 other cities in Michigan and Ohio, IVF has experts in all aspects of the field. As a founding member of IVF Michigan Fertility Centers, Dr. Nicholas Shama is one of the leading reproductive endocrinologists in Michigan and Ohio. Dr. Shama has performed over 10,000 IVF cases and has helped thousands of couples fulfill their dreams of parenthood. American board certified in both obstetrics obstetrics and gynecology and reproductive endocrinology and infertility, Dr. Nicholas Shama is a very caring, compassionate, expert physician that understands not only the medical but also the emotional toil of infertility on his patients. When it's time, get personalized care from Dr. Nicholas Shama at IVF Michigan Fertility Centers in Michigan and Ohio. Call toll-free 855-952-9600, 855-952-9600.
It's all in one grocery store, and that store is Zamzam Fresh Foods Market. Zamzam Fresh Foods Market offers fresh vegetables, halal meats, a great fresh bakery, as well as nuts and spices and much more. They also offer special deals every Wednesday, so don't forget to ask for your favorite foods as shish kebabs are ready to go. So please stop by Zamzam Fresh Foods Market at 24065 Orchard Lake Road in Farmington Hills. Their phone number is 248-476-0300. Again, that phone number is 248-476-0300. And they are open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Zamzam Fresh Foods Market is your one-place stop for all your grocery shopping needs and your favorite foods.
Life is a nonprofit charity that's provided humanitarian aid and development to people and communities for over 25 years, regardless of race, color, religion, or cultural background. When disaster occurs here or around the world, Life for Relief and Development rushes in to provide food, medical aid, and shelter to those in need. Please help improve these efforts. Make your tax-deductible donation to Life now at lifeusa.org or call 248-424-7493.
Welcome back, and thank you for being with us. This is Khalil Hachem with the Local Connections. The number here is 248-557-3300. We're talking, Haj Wissam Bazzi, about how to prepare for Ramadan. Ramadan is around the corner, and there's a lot of excitement in the community. So, Haj Wissam, how do we prepare for Ramadan?
Well, I think that the most beautiful thing is in Ramadan. I think, Khalil, is the amazing food and the things that the suppers that we have at the end. But I think getting prepared for that is an amazing thing. But ultimately, I think the preparation is like, if you think of yourself as having a spiritual battery, and a spiritual battery needs recharging. So how do we recharge that battery? The most beautiful thing you can do to someone is just, if they're having a bad day, smile in their face. So the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says that peace be upon him, he says that a smile is charity. And if we look at that, something as simple as a smile can be charity. And this is how you charge your spiritual batteries. It's like plugging in your phone, you plug in yourself into Ramadan. It's the same aspect. And I think once you understand that concept, that it's a rejuvenation of your human soul, and once you start doing these things, you automatically feel better because you're doing good to others, but you're also holding back your regressive desires. And when you smile, there's something amazing within a smile. We have something in our brain called mirror neurons. And mirror neurons actually mirror the outside world. So when you see a baby and you smile, they smile right back. Those mirror neurons are active. So it's amazing when you smile, though, with the heart. And that's where Ramadan sits. Ramadan sits within the heart. It's a transformation of the human soul and the human heart, where now you gain sincerity into your own being. And when you smile, it's not just your facial structure, it's your actual heart actually being displayed on your face. And that, to me, is the essence of Ramadan. And something where a simple smile can become charity, I think that's an amazing part of sincerity within the spiritual realm of a human being. So that's what Ramadan gets us to do. It gets us to understand, it makes us aware mentally. Then it shifts your emotional structure spiritually. And it recharges your spiritual batteries and being kind to others, being good to others, being tolerant with others, having patience with others. Patience is a big thing in terms of life. Patience is a virtue, but that's the epitome of Ramadan.
Absolutely. Abstaining from food and water and juices and things like that, it's still not easy. How do you explain Ramadan to non-Muslims?
I think that's an amazing question. Khalil, I think it seems so difficult to do. But كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامُ. So it says in our book in the Quran, it says that and other books, fasting has been prescribed to you as it was prescribed for those before you. As Muslims, we have to believe in these kinds of things in terms of Christianity, Judaism, and everything else. So we share multiple levels on multiple religions, in terms of interfaith concepts of fasting. So it exists across the board. I think it's already there, but the concept in terms of the methodology, I think, shifts within Islam. Islam, as we know, is submission to a godly and divine law, and that's what the epitome of Islam is. So the programming of what we're trying to do as a human being is fasting. It's part of your program. So once you fast, you actually become stronger as a human being. So with that being said, I think explaining it is just a resistance of temptation to anybody. And a lot of us, we have to delay that in being able to build that strength. I think once you understand that under that umbrella, it makes sense. But the difficulty of it is now when you say, okay, from sunrise to sunset, and Khalil, now when summer months, in terms of, because the lunar calendar moves about 10 days per year.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's a lot harder because you're fasting maybe probably 16 to 17, maybe 18 hours a day. And so once that seems like it's hard and for 30 days, but it's basically from sunrise to sunset. We hold fast.
Actually, from dawn to sunset.
From dawn, yes, exactly. From dawn to sunset. And exactly, in terms of what you said.
Okay.
From there, I think that concept seems so difficult. But when the body actually arranges itself and kind of starts understanding what you're doing, it starts adjusting. And actually, you hear so many people say they have so much more strength. They're more capable. They're more focused. You get a little tired in the afternoon, and you take a nap, and it's amazing what happens to you because you become completely rejuvenated by a 15-minute nap. So your body adjusts.
Absolutely.
So it's not a bodily thing. I think it's more of a mental, psychological, physiological aspect to fasting that really is the kind of the honing of your tools. So explaining it to different faiths, and I think it's a simple concept, but the application of it is kind of looked at as something that's difficult, but it's not. It really isn't once you get going and kind of go from there.
So basically, when we explain it to non-Muslims, we need to focus on the benefits. Here are what the benefits of this exercise does for me, and the psychological benefits, and then the mental, and then the physical. And this is when we keep it like that, as you said. If I understand you correctly, that resonates with those who are not familiar with it, or those who are not non-Muslims.
Absolutely. And Khalil, just to kind of add to that a little bit, I think the most beautiful thing, any interfaith concepts or these kinds of things, is when we come together and we share and we break fast with other faiths. So when you invite like Christians and Jews and across the board, and you actually break fast in Ramadan, and it's an amazing tradition, and I think that's one of the most beautiful things. And we come together as humans. That's how you recharge your spiritual batteries, being kind to each other, accepting each other, not rejecting each other. And I think that's the most beautiful part of Ramadan.
How do you get children excited about Ramadan and whether they can fast or not? How do you get them excited about it?
That's a really good question. I think the most amazing thing that a human can learn is to be able to say no to oneself. And the training has to happen early. It can't happen late. We think that we should just let our kids go, and in terms of give them be a little open and stuff like that. Then you can ask the question, why do you force them to go to school? Because they don't want to go to school. So sometimes it's not the force aspect, it's the benefit of rejecting what they want for their own benefit. That's tough love at the end of the day. So we reject the help, not reject the hurt. And I think once we understand that concept, now you're building the person and the child to get themselves to restrain themselves and to be able to say no when they need to. So now later on, let's say somebody offers them drugs, alcohol, whatever it is to make bad decisions within their life, it's clear. It's clear to them that they can pull on those mental brakes, and this is the training ground, which was the fasting aspect of it. So I think that's the kind of overall concept of it. But to get a kid excited, I think is to emotionally understand that there's an emotional code to it. It's not just a mental code. The emotional code, I think, is when a seed kind of sprouts in the heart, and the person or the child has the capability of seeing that they have achieved that. So let's say they're having a hard time. Maybe they go through a half a day, or they go through a whole day, and they're underage, let's say, and they get this training of the ability of saying no to the self. And now they can resist themselves and build that tolerance further. It actually gets them to be stronger down the line. How? Because they're building habits. And how do habits build? Is you're building habits are needed. Your willpower is needed at the beginning of a habit. And once you build the habit, it actually moves to a different part of your brain. And so when that happens, it actually goes to your automatic system. Your automatic system, there's no concentration of your mental awareness that you need to shift towards it anymore. It's just automatic. It becomes like riding a bike. You don't have to think about it in terms of what you're doing. So once you build the right habits of resistance towards regressive desires, you're building the mind of the child to hit a whole nother level. That's the mental code. The emotional code is the satisfaction of completing a goal. And here's the key, Khalil. Psychologically speaking, almost all positive emotion that we seek is goal pursuit emotion. Within goal pursuit, a goal holds responsibility. Responsibility is the human drug. Because at the end of the day, once you're seeking a goal, you're going after responsibility. What you're handing the child is small amounts of responsibility that they're being able to take on to build positive emotions. That is an amazing concept once you understand that within fasting, that's actually happening. So all goal pursuit, almost all positive emotion is goal pursuit emotion. And that's what you're building for the child. So that has to sprout in the heart. Once the emotion connects and it becomes them, it becomes easy. Now you just want to do it. You look forward to it, actually. So that's got to be connected first.
Absolutely. And if I could, add to it, and I think that what you're saying there is the confidence and faith, and we instill that in our children from when they're young, even before they can practice it fully, that they feel so confident in what they believe in and the faith itself.
Khalil, I think you said the magic word, which is confidence. And confidence, if you allow me just to explain it just a little bit, confidence is actually, you have three levels. You have self-efficacy, self-confidence, and self-esteem. So self-efficacy is my reputation with myself, my belief about my own ability. It's an internal confidence. Self-confidence is, and actually, do I believe I can get to my goal? And and self-esteem is how much do I really love and care for myself? You have to build the self-efficacy. You have to build the first one, the ability within the self. How much do I believe about my own ability that I can accomplish this goal? That's a combination of self-efficacy and self-confidence. So once you understand that, and the child begins to move in this direction, and they're getting the small wins. Okay, today I'm going to go, till 12 o'clock. Tomorrow I'm going to go to 2 o'clock. Then I'm going to go to 4 o'clock. Then the next day I'm going to go the full day. And they do it, and they actually achieve that goal, their confidence goes through the roof. And once their confidence goes through the roof, what happens? They feel better about themselves because they accomplished something. You want to build someone's confidence. Give them a task that they become really good at. That's how you build confidence. And that's what Ramadan does for the children.
Yeah. Before I let you go, I just wanted to ask you, is there anything I haven't asked you that you like to share with people?
Khalil, I love what you do, man. That's one thing. I love your ambition. I love your strength. I love your drive. This is what we need to be talking about on certain things. And for me, I admire what you do. So keep pushing, keep getting to where you need to get to in terms of the people. My goal in terms of my overall life, in terms of what I do, I'll just give you an example. I would tell people, and I would share my goal with you, but I would tell you this. Find your own uniqueness at the end of the day. There is no human being that has lived, is living, or will live that's like you. So at the end of the day, you are created unique, your trials are unique, and your own maximum potential is unique. Drop comparison, go into self-discovery in terms of who you are, and dig into inside your own soul. What Ramadan does is it helps you do that. So for me, what I found for myself, I want to affect 1 billion decisions within the next 2 years on a positive end. That's how you need to be thinking about your life. How do I help others? How do I serve? And how do I serve my humanity as a whole? And how do I leave this world in a better state than when I entered it?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time being with us and sharing your thoughts. And it's always a treat to talk to you and listen to you. Thank you so much, Haj Wissam, and happy Ramadan.
To you too, man. I look forward to seeing you, Khalil.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned.
Kushat's Mediterranean Market and Shish Kebab offers a great array of your favorite Mediterranean meals. Meals range from lamb specialties, shawarma sandwiches, seafood dinners, and they offer special big trays of your favorite food, plus much more. Kushat's Mediterranean Market and Shish Kebab address is 32839 Northwestern Highway in Farmington Hills. Their phone number is 248-538-9552. That number again is 248-538-9552, and the supermarket is open from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Kushat's Mediterranean Market and Shish Kebab will definitely leave you satisfied.
The Rama Relief Foundation provides humanitarian aid into areas inside of war-torn Syria, as well as aid to the refugees who have fled to the neighboring countries in the Middle East. The foundation offers food baskets, container shipment, mental health, education, soup kitchens, and more. Go to ramarelief.org or call 248-990-4247. Any donation amount made to Rama will go to sustaining many lives. Call now 248-990-4247.
تعرفوا شيء، احنا كتير بنهتم بالمقبلات بالاكل الشامي،
واحنا بنهتم بالبهارات والتسبيكة في الاكل المصري،
واحنا نهتم هواية باللحوم وجودتها بالاكل العراقي، واحنا في مطعم عشتار نهتم بيكم. اعتمدوا علينا ايا كان. نحن في عشتار نعرف ان لكل مذاق اسرار، فنحن نقدم اجود انواع اللحوم من ملحمة عشتار الواقعة على 56865 راين رود.
عشتار، قصة حضارة ترويها لكم اطباقنا المميزة في كل زيارة.
تفضلوا بزيارتنا في 3625 East 50 Mile Road, Sterling Heights.
مطعم عشتار بإدارة فادي بهنام وعلي البغدادي. 586-698-2585. 586-698-2585.
When you're looking for the best in optical care, Dr. Imad Nakash is your doctor to see. With years of experience and thousands of successful procedures performed, you can trust your eyes to Dr. Imad Nakash. See Dr. Imad Nakash and his professional staff for your eye care needs. There's 2 locations to serve you. In Hazel Park, call 248-336-3937. 248-336-3937. In Rochester Hills, call 248-299-3937. That's 248-299-3937.
Welcome back, and thank you for being with us. This is Khalil Hachem with the Local Connections, the U.S. Arab Radio. We've been talking to Wissam Bazzi about Ramadan and how we prepare for Ramadan and how we get the children involved. And, to me, or for me rather, Ramadan is more about, before I get into that, I just want to thank Haj Wissam for being with us and sharing his valuable information and his really good thoughts. I've always enjoyed talking and listening to Haj Wissam. I just want to add that personally, I love the appreciation. We take it for granted, all the food, all the comfort, and we want to drink when we want to drink and we want to eat when we're going to eat. And then at the end of the day, we say to ourselves, I'm not going to eat from 6 to 6, from 7 to 8, whatever it is, 12, 14 hours. At the end of the day, I just sit down and have that cup of coffee, whatever it is. It's just unbelievable what we have. And then the sharing aspect as well. And it's just amazing when you share, whether it is you share your food, your money, your thoughts, your smile, as Wissam says. Smile, we underestimate how important it is. This is the key to making this, any society works, any relationship works, anything works. It just changes everything. You look at someone and they smile at you, just makes everything different. It eases everything. This is the oil that greases the social fabric of any society, of any setting, of anything. Somebody opens the door to you and then they smile and it's just amazing. We have a Jerry on the line. Is that correct, Mike? Hello, Jerry.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Khalil Hachem. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you? I missed you, Jerry.
Good, thank you. I miss you too.
You didn't call us last time.
Pardon me?
I said you didn't call us last time. We were kind of concerned about you.
I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I want to leave some space for other listeners, Khalil.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we appreciate it.
Thank you. Mr. Khalil Hachem.
What do you have on your mind?
What I tried a few comments. A few days ago, we celebrate the عيد الفصح عند الأخوة اليهود واحتفلنا بأعياد القيامة المجيدة للأخوة المسيحيين وها نحن ننتظر إطلالة شهر رمضان المبارك هذا الشهر الفضيل للأخوة المسلمين شهر الرحمة والعطاء والمغفرة ومساعدة الفقير فإن شاء الله كل رمضان وأنتم بألف خير وعزيزي إن شاء الله على الجميع أخ خليل هاشم ما قاله الحاج سام أعجبني عندما قال كلمة we need to be accepting each other not to reject each other كلمات حلوة يجب أن نتقبل بعضنا البعض كإخوة في الإنسانية كإخوة في الإيمان كإخوة في المصير الواحد لأن مصدر الإيمان هو مشترك قاسم مشترك هو الله سبحانه وتعالى ومهما اختلفت التسميات والتعبيرات فالإله واحد بيننا جميعا نحن البشر مظبوط أستاذ خليل فأستاذ خليل اللي أنا أتمناه من إذاعة صوت العرب أمريكا من منبركم أدعو جميع رجال الدين من يهود من مسيحيين من مسلمين من جميع الطوائف والمذاهب الدعوة إلى المحبة الدعوة إلى التقارب الدعوة إلى الإخوة
This is a great message.
فهذا ما أتمناه السيد خليل وأصلي معك على كل الضحايا الأبرياء المؤمنين في دور العبادة الذين لا شأن لهم لا بالسلاح ولا بالقتل مجرد إن كانوا في المعبد اليهودي أو الكنيسة المسيحية أو المسجد الإسلامي أو يحاولون العبادة فقط لله نعم.
Hear me, my friend. We all share your thoughts, and we all thank you so much for because what you're saying is really the essence of believing, no matter what religion you are. So we share that, and we want to thank you so much for taking the time. I'm glad you called us, so we know you're well.
شكرا خليل كل عام وأنتم والعالم بألف خير. Merci.
Bye now. Bye.
مع السلامة.
We're gonna thank you. As we await Dr. Suwan to talk more about the measles epidemic. I want to thank Dr. Suwan before even she comes on the show because she's taking a flight from Chicago. She lives in Chicago. She's taking a flight from Chicago to a different city, and she said she will call us from the airport. So we hope that we're able to connect with her because this is a very important issue, and it's becoming more complex. I just wanted to let you know that as we wait for Dr. Suwan, we're going to continue, talking. And is Dr. Suwan with us, Mike? Good morning, Dr. Suwan.
How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you so much for being with us. I know you're taking a flight and you're taking the time to be with us, and that means a lot to me.
Yeah, sure.
Well, we're going to delve into the issue very quickly because you may have to leave us and get on the plane. Measles is becoming a really big issue because we're facing, it looks like the spread is getting worse and worse every day. Why are we having these issues?
Measles, it's really, this outbreak is very serious, and, we really do not know, the limit of this outbreak. It's very important, for people to know the symptoms and complications of measles, and people should know that vaccination is extremely important, and all of those, claims that the vaccination of measles may cause autism, it's really a fraudulent paper that was published in 1998 by a doctor who was paid, by some attorneys. So it's not true. This is not a true, claim. So people should vaccinate their kids and they should vaccinate themselves. So basically, it's very important to know during outbreaks, who is supposed to be vaccinated. It is, I would divide people into people who were born before 1957. So most of those people may have, measles before, and they are immune to it. So they do not have to worry about it. But people who are born between 1957 and 1989, those people, they were vaccinated only one shot of the MMR, and this will give them 93% immunity. So those people, if they are vaccinated again, there is no downside to getting an MMR vaccine during the outbreaks. So people who are born after 1989, those were vaccinated twice, one time between 12 and 15 months, and the other time between 4 to 6 years. So those people are immune 97%. But even if they get a third dose, there is no harm from this. And during outbreaks, it's very important to make sure we are immune to this disease because it has deadly complications. I would like actually to focus on the fact that we have to acknowledge the symptoms and complications of measles as well.
Sure. How long does it take for the body to develop immunity?
It takes 7 to 21 days for the body for the maximum immune response, and it could be as long as 2 months. But again, it's very important during outbreaks, if somebody is exposed, for example, that we know that somebody is exposed, there is nothing wrong in trying actually to get the vaccine because you can still get the vaccine within 72 hours of exposure.
Okay. Now how does the measles spread?
So it is very contagious disease, and it's basically the most contagious. It is a respiratory infection caused by a virus, and the virus lives in the nose and throat of infected persons. And it can spread by direct contact, with infectious droplets or through the air where an infected person breathes, coughs, or sneezes. So that's why it's very important, for those people who are coughing or sneezing, always, to have a tissue or something, and then, to wash their hands after that. And I have been, actually hearing this all over, the airport, that we have to wash our hands after sneezing or coughing. So, and you know, the measles virus can remain infectious in the air for up to 2 hours after the infected person leaves the area. So, you know, it's really, you know, very contagious. And, you know, we have to make sure that we are just like following, you know, like that, just like general, you know, like guidelines, as wash your hands and then use a tissue when you sneeze or cough. And yeah, so I mean,
how about pregnant women?
When it comes to pregnant women, really they are not able to take the vaccine. So I mean, if there is an exposure, there is like something called, you know, like protein injection, or, you know, like that can actually reduce symptoms, but they cannot actually, you know, like when it comes to pregnant women, you know, that they have to wait until they have the baby, you know, to get the shot. So, you know, like when the woman is breastfeeding, she can get the measles shot, but not when she is pregnant.
Yeah. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a short break. Please stay with us. A very short commercial break. We'll be right back with Dr. Suwan. Please stay tuned.
تعرفوا شيء، احنا كتير بنهتم بالمقبلات بالأكل الشامي،
واحنا بنهتم بالبهارات والتسبيكة في الأكل المصري،
واحنا نهتم هواية باللحوم وجودتها بالأكل العراقي، واحنا في مطعم عشتار نهتم بيكم. اعتمدوا علينا أيا كان. نحن في عشتار نعرف أن لكل مذاق أسرار، فنحن نقدم أجود أنواع اللحوم من ملحمة عشتار الواقعة على 56865 راين رود.
عشتار، قصة حضارة ترويها لكم أطباقنا المميزة في كل زيارة.
تفضلوا بزيارتنا في 3625 East 50 Mile Road ستيرلينغ هايتس.
مطعم عشتار بإدارة فادي بهنام وعلي البغدادي. 586-698-2585 586-698-2585.
Life is a non-profit charity that's provided humanitarian aid and development to people and communities for over 25 years, regardless of race, color, religion, or cultural background. When disaster occurs here or around the world, Life for Relief and Development rushes in to provide food, medical aid, and shelter to those in need. Please help improve these efforts. Make your tax-deductible donation to Life now at lifeusa.org or call 248-424-7493.
Are you going to start a restaurant or grocery store soon? Do you need floor plans and designs? Call Naji Abood at 734-744-9796. Do you want to buy kitchen and restaurant equipment at discount prices? Call Naji Abood now, 734-744-9796. New Concept Products and Design, the trademark of kitchen equipment. 5% discount on all purchases of $75,000 or more. New Concept Products and Design, new location, 31185 Schoolcraft in Livonia. Learn more at www.newconceptproducts.com. Call Naji Abood, 734-744-9796.
Welcome back, and thank you for being with us. We're talking to Dr. Suwan on about the measles outbreak. Dr. Suwan, are the vaccines tested for safety?
Yeah, they are tested, of course, for safety by the FDA. And, you know, like everybody should know that vaccination is a way better than just exposing your child to this deadly disease. I mean, you know, just think about, you know, like the symptoms and complications of measles. You know, I mean, basically it's a deadly disease. So when you compare, you know, the disease with a safe vaccination, we should actually just like, you know, stick with the vaccination. The MMR is a safe vaccine, and it was actually tested by the FDA.
What would you say to parents who believe that they shouldn't vaccinate their children?
I mean, you know, they have to understand where this whole idea came from. There was actually, you know, like a researcher. His name is Andrew. He's a British researcher. His name is Andrew Wakefield. He published a fraudulent paper, which was subsequently retracted. He was linking autism to MMR, and then there was an evidence that was emerged that Wakefield had been paid by attorneys for parents who were suing MMR manufacturers. And then, you know, like all of this data, it was basically, you know, like fraudulent. And the Lancet magazine retracted this study in February 2010. So basically, like people should understand where did this come from. And, it's important to know that, like the vaccination, it's like it will give you immunity. With one dose, it will be 93%, and with 2 doses, it is 97%. And then there is no issue of getting a third dose if needed, if we are like in a place of, outbreak. Remember, like the symptoms of measles, like people should acknowledge the symptoms of measles and they should know about it. Measles may actually, cause a dry cough, runny nose, inflamed eyes, sore throat, fever, red blotchy skin, like all over the body. And then the complications include and not limited to pneumonia, encephalitis, diarrhea, and dehydration, eye irritation, and blindness. And also there is late complication called subacute sclerosing panencephalitis that may happen in people who were actually exposed to measles, but it may happen years after that. And if this is happening, it is basically deadly, and then there is no way of treating this disease, and patients would die with this very late complication. So, when people would know about, symptoms and, like signs and early complications of measles and late complications of measles, they should understand that the way to go is basically to vaccinate their children.
It's a very serious issue. Dr. Suwan, I really want to thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. I know you need to catch a plane, and happy weekend, happy Ramadan, and thank you so much. You've always been provided us with a great information. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, bye now. Have a safe flight. Mike, do we have a caller?
Yes, we do.
Okay, good morning.
Hi, Khalil.
Yes,
can
ma'am.
you hear me?
I can hear you well.
Hi, this is Yvette Bryant. How are you?
Good, how are you? You have a comment?
I'm wonderful. I was just listening in today. Very good information. I'm glad I had the opportunity to listen. And I heard the doctor sharing with us and educating us on the measles. And then she talked about how it spread. And so I just wanted to add that when we sneeze, because I deal in the public a lot,
Sure.
just to educate people, we don't always have tissue around, so we need to use our forearm, right between the, I don't even know what to call it myself, but in the forearm, like where our arm the crease. If we sneeze
the elbow area, put our nose in the elbow area.
Yes, that stops a lot ahead of time, and then that avoids us using our hands and then using our hands to touch other stuff and spreading it to other things or objects or people.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to add to that.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your call. Yes.
yes. And I also appreciated your speaker earlier. I'm sorry.
And you're in the airline industry, is that correct?
Yes, I am. And I have to catch a flight later today as well.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your call and sharing your information with us.
And can I also just share one more thing regarding the fasting, because I just finished fasting as well, and like you said, it doesn't matter like what religion we are, but as long as we're loving, it definitely builds strength and confidence, and even in children.
The fasting, you mean?
Yes, the fasting. Yes, it's such a good thing to be able to delay or not satisfy that urge of ourselves. It just feels a lot for the individual. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Yvette.
Thank you.
And I just want to...
All right, take care.
Absolutely. Yeah, Yvette works for Delta Airline and also works at the Signature Group Realty, where I work as well. So we want to thank you for taking the time to call and to be with us. Thank you, Yvette.
All right, thank you.
Have a safe flight.
Thank you. See you later.
Absolutely. Bye now. I want to continue the few minutes that we have left is, mentioning, first I want to thank Haj Wissam for being with us and talking about Ramadan. I also want to thank Dr. Suwan, thank Jerry for his call, thanks Yvette for her call. Thank you so much. And these are important issues, how we prepare for Ramadan, how we, observe any of our religious duties and rituals. Also, and sharing, the concept of sharing as well. The measles outbreak is serious. I ask you kindly to take it seriously, and don't forget, these are the children that we are responsible for, and we need to make sure that this is done right. Lastly, and I want to leave you with, I always do at the end of the show, is, as you well know, in addition to running the magazine, in the magazine, if you go to the magazine, you find a Ramadan guide in which we put out a special section for Ramadan. We will be sending it out in the community in a print edition, but also it is available online as well. You can read it and enjoy it and give us a feedback. Thank you for being with us. You have wonderful, wonderful weekend and happy Ramadan. Enjoy yourself. Remember, the housing market is very strong. And if you're in the business of buying and selling, if you want to buy and sell homes, give me a call, 313-819-0101. Again, the housing market is very strong. Give us a call. We'll be more than happy to work with you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mike, for producing this wonderful segment. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye now.